Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of Tumble. I'm going to do the solo surveyor variant, and this is going to be a very easy variant to manage. The AI will just have one brown die. I'll roll it. If it rolls a 1, 2, 3, or 4, I actually just discard a column of cards, depending if I got a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4. And that's it. So they're just going to be taking cards from me. I will want to be getting, let's look at my horse. I will try to build cards that have the boot icon on it so that I could get some bonus points. So that's at the end of the game. In this game, you're going to be building buildings onto your playmat here. And I will be gaining cards that basically will be building plans until I actually build them. So the plans will go above my board, and then the finished completed buildings will be below my board. And once I complete a building, I will gain potentially a end game scoring opportunity, and then I'll gain some once per turn abilities or a one-time only immediate effect, which is in this gray. So with the horse, I immediately do have available a +1, -1, and I'll just be able to use it every turn. Some things to note is I could trade in some dice. If I have 2 dice of the same value of any color except gold, I could create a die of any color, including the gold. If I have dice that are the same number, I can create same number, same color. I can create any die as well. And if I have a gold, I can change that gold die into any die that is not gold. So some trading and dice mitigation there. These symbols will tell me how I can place my buildings, and if I meet the requirements, I get 1 star. If I don't, that's fine. I just don't get the bonus 1 star. So on the board, you'll see 1 star, plot with matching requirements. So if I were to build, for example, this post office, I'll just randomly grab the dice needed. So the color of the building is the color of the dice that I would need to have. And also the value requirement is that the dice are 1 through 3. So let's say I have a 2, a 3, and a 1. So these were all the dice. I would put it in the formation like this, and then I would put it on my board exactly like that, but kind of like 3D. So I'm going to flip it like this, so that is built like a building, and then I'll be placing it on my mat. But knowing how this is built, I need to pay attention to some of these icons to tell me where the best place to put my building is, because then I could get extra points if I do it well. So this is the easy side. There are a hard side on the other side of this. There is a hard side on the other side of this playmat, but I think I'll place it here. If I were to build the post office, so I'd place it here. This says a stack of exactly 3 dice, which this would be, and then this says any die on the first level, so that's any colored die. So that would fulfill both of these, and I would get 2 points at the end of the game by doing that. So that's just a quick example of how all that works. I'll be playing the rest of the game pretty much just like that, with the different cards that I end up building. So let's start. So knowing that I want the boot icon, since I'm scoring 1 point extra for boots at the end of the game, I'll want to look out for that here. Fortunately, the only one I have for that is the bank. So that's not going to help me just yet, because I don't have the dice required to build that bank, and I don't want to waste my turn doing that just yet. So I think I'll focus on the ones that I have the highest potential to build, which is probably these level 1 cards. And you can tell by the level based on the number of cactus. So the higher the level, the harder they are. But you'll also be gaining dice depending on what's on the backs of these. So that could also entice you to build something on that row. I'm going to focus on getting the tannery. So I'll place that there. And I look here and I gain 2 brown dice. And I get to choose from any of these 3 colors on what to build. And I'll go ahead and build a silver die. So I'm going to roll these in. I have a 5, 6, and 1. And with these dice, and including the 2 dice that I had rolled during setup, I have to place 3 dice. 2 of them will be brown, 1 of them will be gray, and all the values cannot be equal. And I think I can do that with no problem. So I have this 1 and 5 and this 1. Actually, I can't use the 1. Let's use the 3. And then it will be just like this. There we go. So that is the tannery. I'm going to build it, and I'll be able to gain this flip dice ability. So let's stand this up just like this. And I'll be able to place this somewhere. I'll place it here because it fulfills the stack of 3. Okay. So that's it. That's my turn. I refill this spot. And then the surveyor will roll their die. It's a 3, so it's going to remove all of these cards in the 3rd column. All right, so they'll just collect those, and now we refill. Back to us. I have this boot that I want to build, another tannery, and I'm going to get 2 brown dice and a black die, and I'll roll it. All right, a 1, 1, 4. So again, these numbers cannot be the same, so I'm going to be using the black 1, and I'll use a 4, 6 for the rest of the building. I'll stand it up, and I'm going to put it right here. So this spot specifically says the brown die has to be on the 1st level, and it is in this case. The tannery is built. Awesome. All right. The surveyor will roll the 5, so it doesn't take any cards. Then easily back to me. I like the saloon, so let's do that. Let's put it here. And we'll have to have all 3 odd dice. So I'm going to choose 2 brown, and knowing what I might build in the future, I'll get a gray die. All right, I think I have all the dice I need. So it's a 4, 5, 5. I'll get my 3 odd brown dice that I have here, and I'll build it like this. So this is built, and I immediately use the one-time effect of gaining 3 of the wild dice icons. So these are tokens that I'll be able to use when I want to build something that I don't have dice for. Okay, so here, what can I do? I'm going to place this here. Right there. Or I'll place it here because you also get a bonus for a single plot space between buildings. And right now I have 1 and I have another. So that works. I'll do that. And when you have something piled up like this on the 2nd level, split between 2 foundations, they're both counted as 2 levels. Nice. All right. Oops. All right. So they rolled a 3, so they'll take 3 column. And luckily they haven't discarded any boots yet. I'll go ahead and refill. And then I'll go ahead and take my turn. I'd like to try to build a little bit more, but what dice do I need? This looks really good, post office, but currently my dice values are 4 and 5, but maybe I could swing it, maybe. I'll do the train station. I gain 1 gray. I'll get 3 gray dice. My goodness. Okay. Roll 1, 2, 4. Alright. So, this should be okay. I do think I can just use the tannery. I'll use this, flip this over to be a 5, and I have what I need. So it'll be these 4 dice, because the values had to be 3 through 5, and it'll just be piled up like this. And I'll place these on, so these are all grays. I don't think I'm going to be able to fulfill anything, but I could place them off the mat if I wanted to. So I'm going to just put it just like this and do that, because this will fulfill any die on the first level. So that's that. Cool. So I've built the train station, and that would allow me to flip a die to the opposite side and re-roll any of your dice one time. Any of my dice. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's the end of my turn. I refreshed that, and then the AI will go, and they got a 2. Oh no, they're taking my boot. That's unfortunate. Okay. Alright, so I have 2 boot cards here that I could build. Maybe I'll do the outhouse. I get 2 brown dice, and I'll use a black. Alright, so all 4s, which is good, because I needed them. I built the outhouse, and I'll put them here. Okay, and immediately I gain a colored die, and I'll gain a gray one. And that's a 2. Alright. Oh, gotta refill. And that is the end of this deck. So the second time this happens on one of these, it'll end the game. So let's start trying to get one of these up here. They're higher scored, higher point cards. But I don't have the gold dice just yet, which is fine. That's completely okay. I'll go ahead and get the mercantile, which requires 4 gray dice. I'll use 2, and then I'll get a black die. Okay, 2, 3, 6. Let's see what we can do with those. So none of the grays are the same, which is unfortunate. So that means I probably can't build with those. So let me use my train station. I'll flip a die. Make that into, so those are 2, now it's a 5, and then I can re-roll any dice one time. All right, a little bit better. So it's a 2, 2, which is what I can use here, and then I'll just need another die to match. So if I were to flip this one, I'll use the tannery. Let's say I did this right. To flip this over to a 2, and then I'll use my horse to make it into a 1. Then I've manipulated the dice enough to build a mercantile. Alright. Stack them. And I'm going to put them right here. Sounds good. That's the end of my turn. And then refilling this. I'll roll for the surveyor. They'll take this column, which included one of the boots that I would have liked to build. Alright, so I could take either of one of these, and this would give me extra storage, which is pretty neat. I think I'll build this hotel. I'll need 4 gold though, so I'm going to take 3 gold dice, and hopefully I could trade for 1. Okay, a 6, 4, 6. I'm going to use this to change this to a 5, and then both of these will be traded in for a gold die. And you immediately roll it in. And then I'll be able to use all of it. I need it to add up to 9. So when that happens, I think it just has to be above the number. So it has to be greater than or equal to 9, which these are. So I'll stack these and I'll place it right here, building the hotel. And this will give me an endgame bonus of 1 point per, I guess, like tumbleweed or something. And I look at the cards and count them. All right, we'll refill that. Rolling for the surveyor. Roll a 5, so nothing happens. Yay. Okay, so I'm literally out of dice, which is concerning. So I'm going to grab, I'll grab this since it's a boot. And I'll try to build it. I'll need to get 2 brown dice. So I'll get 2 brown, and then I'll get a gold with that. So it's a 1, 3, 2. I need dice numbers 4 through 6. How can I do this? I'm gonna use the train station. Flip over this yellow die to a 5 and then re-roll these 2. And it's a 3 and a 6. So this still needs to be a 4 at least. I'll use my horse to make it into a 4. Oh no, my tower is falling. Okay. There we go. All right. So I have the dice I need, and I'll build it here. Okay, so I built the well. It's getting a little crowded here. Could probably move this up a little bit actually to make more room. Okay, we'll roll for the surveyor. That's gonna be a 3, so they're gonna take this column and then refilling. All right, well this is the end of the round. They took their turn and that was it. It says finish the round, so that's the end of the round and now we score. Okay, so scoring, that says you score points for the following: constructed buildings, additional scoring conditions based on constructed gold buildings, number of style icons on constructed buildings matching those on the back of the player's horse card, matching building placement requests on Main Street, which is your board, negative points for each penalty token taken the player collected. Oh, penalty tokens. How was I supposed to get a penalty token? I did not get any. Could I have, or should I have taken any? Okay, so during the game, it says players may construct buildings that don't meet the building plan requirements, but a penalty token must be taken for each requirement not met. And that penalty token will just give you -2 points for the end of the game. So that is good to know. I think I ended up placing everything that I could on this playmat. I didn't have to take any penalty tokens. So yeah, I think it was perfectly fine that I did not have any penalty tokens. All right. So let's get scored. We'll count the cards. So let's flip all of the question marks over. Okay. So this will give me 1 point per boot. And let me score by dice, I guess. I'll just keep track of it by dice. So how many boots do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 points. Tumbleweeds, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another 4 points. And then my buildings, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. All right. And then I also get points for a single plot between spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 points. And then I don't think I get anything else really. So that would be it. So in total, I have 23 points. So looking at this, this is considered the no outlaw scoring solo variant. I have less than 45 points. Is that possible? My gosh, I only had 23. Did I count that right? I hope so. Oh no, wait. I didn't count the cards. Goodness me. Okay. So I have 10, 20, 25. No, I'm sorry. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. So 27 plus 20 is 47 plus 3 is 50. Okay, so I have 50 points. So I have reached the second level, I guess. It says Tumble Town is slowly growing. Residents are moving in. But you really have to work if you want to be re-elected for another term. Okay, there we go. I was like, I can't be that bad, can I? I can, actually, for sure. But all right, well, that was my solo play of Tumble Town with the Soul Surveyor solo variant. I hope you enjoyed watching me play this game. I really find this to be a pleasant game. I love being able to roll the dice, build, like literally build with the dice onto my playmat. And yeah, I find this just very relaxing. Let me know how you like this game, if you've ever played it before, or any games that are similar to this. I would love to... oh, I do want to show you this dice tower that it came with. This is very nice. And for the most part, all the dice rolled perfectly fine. I just love this, and it fits just like this in the box. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I always appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Bye.